Chatter's. I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat. I am your forensic femme fatale. Natalie is your true crime addict connoisseur.
We're just two normal girls who obsess about dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
Here's your disclaimer, chatters. The following Crime Chat contains adult content and descriptions of kind of violent scenarios, super fascinating forensic scenarios with a twist of makeup. So your listener discretion is advised.
Ooh, that sounds cool. Okay, so you've been warned, but before we get in today's Crime Chat, Kat, what have you done? Did you just jump out of the shower?
I did.
Okay.
Well, you've got plans tonight. I've got plans tonight. So I was like, I have got to shower. I've got to wash my hair.
Right.
Because, yeah, she's getting greasy. The other night, Chris and I watched the movie called Death of a Unicorn. Have you heard of it?
I have, and I kind of saw snippets to it. It looked interesting. There was definitely a metaphor there, right? To it. It's not on the nose. I know there's a unicorn. I know there's a death, but it's not so much on the nose, right? There's like a story.
There is a story behind it.
Okay.
It's actually, so I remember a couple months ago, I saw a preview for it coming up, and I want to say it's on Prime. It's either on Prime or HBO. I can't remember. One or the other. Okay. And I remember seeing the preview for it going, wow, that looks good. So I added it to my watch list. And then it just came out, I think, within the last week or so. And then on the rare occasion, Chris and I are together and sit down and try to decide what to watch. We're like, let's throw this on. So he fell asleep halfway through it. And he asked me the next day, and he goes, is it worth like me finishing the movie? And I said, yes.
Okay.
I thought it was creative.
Yeah.
It's not like your typical, I mean, it gave me some The Legend vibes from the 80s, Tim Curry and Tom Cruise, a little bit.
Okay.
So it's got a little bit of like that supernatural, fantastical, magical thing to it. But these unicorns, you do not want to fuck with.
Yeah.
No. The grandbaby's coming in a few days, so get to spend some time with. She just turned 2 yesterday. Happy birthday, my baby Scarlet Rose.
Happy birthday. Oh, I remember when she was born. Oh my God.
I know.
Time flies.
Yeah, it does. That's about it. What about you?
Well, since we just like kind of recorded not so long ago,
I know.
I did get a little further in my game. I am tonight having some people over, and I am whipping up a what did I say? Oh, potato and eggs with peppers, which is really like, it's like it's a popular sandwich up north in New York on a nice Italian bread. So that's what we're eating. So it's kind of like a poor man's dinner, but it's a delicious one. I mean, you know, those are the best, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into your story today, you did tell me who it was last week. I never heard of them, but you said it was a crime and cosmetics segment today.
Yeah.
And you asked me to do something really specific. You were like, nail scrapings and forensic investigations. I'm like, okay, let's really specific. So,
and you'll understand why.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I dug up some information about nail scrapings in forensic investigation.
Ew, gross.
I know, it is gross. So the idea of checking under someone's fingernails for clues may sound small, but it is a big turning point in forensic science. Before investigators thought of this, most cases were solved with confessions, eyewitnesses, bloodstains, obvious wounds. In other words, police relied on what they could see and not what they couldn't see with the naked eye. For example, the Marsh test, 1836 England. It made it possible to prove arsenic poisoning. Ooh.
Ah.
So why did fingernail scrapings start? Because in crimes like stabbings and strangulations, the victims usually fought back. They scratched, they clawed, they grabbed. And that meant that their nails often trapped bits of skin, dirt, fibers, or powders from their attacker. Investigators realized fingernails acted like a little evidence trap, keeping proof that the criminal couldn't wash away. That's the best I could do with nail scrapings. Gross. It's gross.
Well, the case that we are going to go over today goes to the early 1900s. In 1912, 18-year-old Marie Latelle was found strangled in her parents' home. Her fiancé, the suspect, had a very airtight alibi, and no one else was at the home at the time of the murder. So, who killed Marie? There were no witnesses, no fingerprints, no evidence, no forensics. Or were there? This is a This is a crime and cosmetics story about makeup and forensics, a combination no one ever thought at the time would be possible, especially now as we know is the benchmark of criminalistics, like we know it today. Enter in the Sherlock Holmes, the Sherlock Holmes of France. Dr. Edmond